Hey guys, welcome to the Heroic Portrait stream. Whoa, nice to have you here. Welcome back to my studio. Good morning, Zen. Good morning, Rocky. Good morning, anyone else who may be in the chat. Hope you're all having a fine Saturday morning. I'm gonna turn down the music a little bit. So, we're still finishing up our 7 hours of Sega Mega Drive music. This is Shadow Dancer that we're starting on. Hey Crosshair, Grubermensch, nice to see you all here. And wipes the screen. I probably should be doing that too, but whatever. I just closed my, sorry, I'm shaking the camera. I just closed my, what's it called, blinds, because there was just like this immense amount of glare going all over the screen. But hey, whatever, man. I can see, and that's all that matters. All right. There we go. Hey Ben. But anyway, so I hope you all liked the episode that was released yesterday of Mr. Shawn Baichoo playing the role of Zenyatta. I was very happy with how it turned out. So that photo in particular, thanks, Kate. That photo in particular was very, very simple to edit. Thanks, Gruber. Welcome to the Cooligans. Thanks for the follow. Hopefully you can enjoy today's stream, because this stream, unlike the other two that we've done so far, is going to be very this is going to have a lot of photoshopping. The other ones were pretty close. I always like to try and get as close as possible within the photo, but in this particular one, there's a lot of work to be done. In fact, I'm going to show you the raw photo, and you're going to be like, WTF? But don't worry, I did some quick tests in Lightroom, and I think it's going to work. Okay? Yeah, seriously, I have to have like a road to 300 special, eh? And yes, so there's going to be some, it's not going to be a lot of special, it's going to be a lot of compositing. We're going to be mixing a lot of photos together, because if you've seen the episode, you know, we mentioned that we are going to potentially do the Zenyatta ultimate pose. So that's actually what we're going to do today. So I'm gonna show you the raw photo, and you're gonna go like this. All right, here's a raw photo. All right. So this is what we have to work with. All right. I believe this is with the light. He's right now sitting on top of a dresser, so we're gonna have to get rid of that dresser. And there's a light behind him, hidden behind him, hitting the backdrop and making that orb. Okay, and we're gonna use that as our base. But we're gonna be mixing it with a few other things. Now, I have already done some touch-ups to this that you don't see here yet, but I'm gonna show you. This is essentially the touch-ups I've done within Lightroom, and I'll go through it. But essentially, this is what it looks like after my touch-ups. Okay. And this is purely just messing with the sliders. Okay. So over here we have, let me pull up the chat, because I realize I'm going, ooh, it's because it's Johnny B. So what I did is I turned my temperature as yellow as possible. So if you see what this originally was, it was probably something like this, 550, and then so I just like extremed those, because he's got this bright yellow light when he's doing his ultimate, and I want to do that. I want to use that. I also upped his clarity, and what that does is it really helps bring out kind of the highlights in his chest and in his arms. You could probably do a lot of that with dodging and burning, but like I'm going to be doing so much work on this in terms of what's it called anyway, the compositing. I'll give myself a break here. Hashtag extreme, and then I did some split toning. All right. What split toning is you can add a hue to the highlights, you can add a hue to the shadows. So over here, I added this like yellow hue to the shadow to the highlights. That's without. That's with. All right. And then, oh, I didn't actually even use anything in the shadows. But I'm going to tone this down because I think I went a little overboard. Actually, no, I can't at this point. Those are some nice balls, eh? These balls were provided to us by Kita. Kita, you should follow her on the socials. We tagged her on the Instagram post. But yeah, she made these, and she's making some props for some of the other shoots that we're doing in episodes 4, 5, and 6. So here we go. Thanks, Rocky. We're renting Sonic territory. So what I've done is this, okay? I've brought this into Photoshop, but there's a few things here. I took a few other shots of this that I brought into Photoshop with his arms in different positions, and also the biggest problem here is that his thing here is being cut off, so I brought in a version that actually has. So I'm gonna go into Photoshop, and I've got 5 different photos open here, right? I've got the original one, I've got one with his arms like that, one with his arms like that, one with his arms like that, and then I got one where I just see the bottom, so I can like bring that and hopefully try to mesh that in, just cram it in, right? Because I think I knew I was gonna have that problem when I was shooting, so I had to back up and make sure we got the full thing. I couldn't back up anymore and get the shot that I wanted, so I had to turn it vertical just for the sake of getting that in there. It was a ghost. So okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do is, right now I've got 5 full-size photos open, which is a little much. So I'm actually, I already know I just want the arms for these, so I'm just gonna crop them down, just so that it takes up less room on my, like it uses less processing power. So I'm just gonna get the shoulders down of that, and then same thing here. Get that, but I'm using the other one as my base. But I just want to make sure, I don't know if I'm going to be using his shoulders, if I'm going to be using, so I'm just cutting to whatever I think I might need. In fact, I could be cutting these as even further this way. Like that. And this, I just want, I should probably get his whole, that in there. Alright, and just by doing this, it's just, I'm just going to make it a little easier on my computer, because it's going to take up a lot of power to have this many stuff. So each one of these photos as a raw photo, it comes out to about 25 megs, which is not huge, but as soon as you start working within Photoshop and start saving it as a Photoshop file, a bunch of this, like it expands it, so the file comes from like a 25 meg becomes like a 300 meg as soon as I start doing all my editing and stuff. But anyway, so there we go. So I'm gonna bring all this stuff in. I don't really know what order I'm doing this stuff in, so I'm just gonna go ahead and like get everything ready at least into one. Is that right? Yeah. You know, so I'll be able to like slap those on there, those guns. This camera is a 20, I think it was a 21 megapixel. But this camera now at this point is a few years old. I got this camera when I was still in university, so yeah, this camera might be 6 years old at this point, 5 or 6 years old. I used the Mark II, the Canon Mark II, 5D Mark II, but I think they're already up to the Mark IV now. So there we go. I've got a bunch of different layers here. Okay, and what I did was within Lightroom, I synchronized. So like, I'll go back to Lightroom here. If I select multiple photos, I can then click sync over here, and that can synchronize all of the edits I did to this photo, synchronize it all of them. That's super important because I don't want to be matching color between these things. So what was really helpful is that these were all shot exactly the same. And so any edits I did to one, if I did to the other, should match exactly the same. One of the benefits of using flash photography. So I'm going to do one of these pieces at a time. So here we go. All right. What am I doing? Okay. All right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to attach this thing somewhere, right? Now, to do that, I got to actually expand my picture because right now it's going to the edge, so I need to enlarge the picture a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to image, I'm going to go to my canvas size. So image size and canvas size are two different things. Image affects the picture. Canvas can add additional space around the picture without enlarging the image I have here. So it's adding additional pixels around the space as opposed to enlarging the image I already have. So, I don't know. No idea how many. So to answer your question, here you go, Crosshair. My pixel size is 516, 5616, 3744. So I'm just going to add like 20% maybe. I have no idea if that's going to look good or not. Let's see. I can always shrink this, so I'm going to make it actually a little bit bigger. I can always shrink it later. That's what she said. Okay. Stop it. So I'm going to mash that up. Something like that, and then that should be enough space to have that coming onto the bottom. All right. So stop me at any point if you guys are lost with what I'm doing. But essentially, I've just added extra space around this, and I'm gonna have this over here. And then eventually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add that black bubble around them, which is gonna look cool, I think. Okay, so usually, as always, when I'm matching something up, I just lower the opacity of the layer, and that way I can see how things are lining up a bit. Okay, so I'm zooming in, and I don't care so much, I guess, about the belt here, because the whole thing is lying very differently. Hey, John! You know what I'll do, actually, is I'm going to add my mask right away, and I'm going to start painting away this photo. Oh no, Robotnik! So, whoops, my flow is at 1%. I'm going to make sure that's at 100%. Still from my last edit. So I can start like going like boop, 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 boop. Yeah. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Like just quickly, just so I can see around it. I'm gonna make this better later. I will make it better later, I promise. Do you need to fix the perspective? The angle in the extra shot looked a bit different. I definitely can. I'm gonna see what it's gonna look like when I do this alone, and then we'll see. Because I have a sneaking suspicion because it's cloth that we're not actually looking at anything other than just the cloth bottom here. I bet you the difference in the perspective won't be noticeable. Because if you think about it, the cloth could be coming forward like that, and it shouldn't actually. See, I think actually if I even just connect it lower, like I feel like I can make this blend somehow. All right. In fact, I might even rotate it a bit. Like I have a feeling I can actually make this blend without changing perspective. Let's see. What is this? Place an image onto any surface. No, I'm good. Do 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 do. But if it was a what's it called? If it was a bigger scene and I was putting people and mixing people within a bigger scene, for sure perspective is something that I would definitely want to work on. What are we listening to now? Burning Force. Julian changed my life. That one time in Prague. I can't hide the boundaries of my heart. Very nice. Okay, so this is really going to be probably the only problem part over here. Let me see. How am I going to do that part? Because this part already looks pretty seamless. Right? I've attached it all the way up here. Before that. That looks pretty good. It's really just this part. This son of a gun. Let's see. How am I gonna do that part? And this part, maybe. Let me just test this out. You know what? Except for this part over here, it actually looks quite good. So, what part is that? That is, you know what I'm gonna do? So this, folks, let me try this out. We're gonna see. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. I'm gonna try using the liquefy tool. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. We'll see. We're learning together, folks. We're learning together. Now the liquefy tool is what people often consider to be. This is the dangerous tool, the one that like they use in fashion to move body parts around and push in things and whatever, right? But I think that I want to use this to fix this guy up a little bit over here. All right, so let's see. Oops. What does that say? Backdrop settings are preventing the preview from showing image changes. I don't know what that means, but okay. So with the liquefy tool, I can do things like, see, I can like push stuff around, right? Now that's really extreme. In fact, so I'm gonna lower my pressure down a bit. And so this stuff is what controls how big your brush is gonna be to move things like that, right? But I can like inch this in a bit. I think my size is a little... Do. Oh, it's up here, really. No, I'm making it worse. Screw this. I'm making it worse. Okay, let's leave that for now. I'm going to fix that again later when I have my dark circle around everything, and I'll come back and retouch that. But in the meantime, I'm just going to clean up the side a little bit. Do. All of this will be fixed up later. Don't worry, folks. It'll all be fixed up later. All right. So I just want to kind of get a general sense of what it'll look like, and I'll fix up all the other stuff in a bit. All right. But there we go. So whoops. So I've added that in. For now, it looks decent. At least I have the bottom of the thing now, right? All right. Okie dokie. Cool bean. Next up. I should clean up this stuff. And before that, I'm going to add a new layer. Stamboulieh. Hey, Merc112! I'm gonna make Stamboulieh a thing, just you wait. Yes, please. So right now, I'm gonna go ahead and make the vignette around the thing, okay? So I just wanna see what I'm doing. So I've made a black layer, okay? I've just lowered the opacity a bit so I can see what I'm doing a bit better. And I'm gonna go ahead and make it a perfect circle. And I'm gonna try and center him in it. This can always be adjusted later. Because what I'm doing is, so I've made a selection tool circle here. And I'm gonna cut it into a mask. Right, like that. Okay, and now I can, just gonna move this around, make sure. I'm gonna have to fix up the sides over there. If you can see, it's on the side and top, it's peeking in. Okay. Ish. It's because he's sitting at an angle, so actually I could maybe fix that. Let's fix that. Let's turn everything a little bit. Is that, there we go, okay. Well, that's weird, is it turning? Okay. It's better. Thanks, Merc! But we just getting started, friend. We just getting started. Okie dokie, there we go. That looks a bit better. Here we go. Alright, cool. So there we go. And now, I'm gonna bring that opacity back up. I'm going to paint in the pieces here that got left out. Now that I've moved the mask. Where is my stuff? Oh, there we go. Oh, God, this thing. All right, go here. There we go. There we go. And now, would you say we've just passed into the iris? Yes, yes, I would. And I'm gonna blur that mask. Oops, I haven't set up my hotkey on this one. I'm gonna go, and I'm just like anything else, you can blur a mask. So I'm gonna blur the mask a bit and see what we get to, something that's cool. Some kind of nice middle ground. Because I don't want it, I don't want it to be like super sharp, you know, like this, because that looks really bizarre. But I also don't want to make it super blurred like that, because then it looks, I don't know, kind of. Maybe? And that looks pretty cool. Hey, RJ! And now if we bring this back in, look at that. Boom! It's coming off the edge! And I believe I can move. Now what's going to be weird is I bet you, yeah, you're going to start to see some of the bottom over this, but maybe we can paint that in. But we can move him within the circle. Bring him up a bit, like that. I think that looks better than down there. Like that. Okay, that's cool. That looks pretty sweet already, actually. I'll move him over a bit. There we go. Okay. It's too arresting. Oh, John, stop it. You're too much, John. Okay, now we gotta get rid of this garbage over here. Okay. How are we gonna do that? How are we gonna do that? I'm gonna do this. You know what? I think I'm just gonna. Maybe we'll just stamp tool it. Let's see how that works. Are we gonna see Star Wars? I can't wait to see Star Wars. Curtain below. So why is it copying? Oh, that's not. Okay. Do, do, do. And now I can fill in that little blank down there. There we go. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Let me see something. Oh, snap! I can like go nuts down there because the other layer is actually the one that's on top. This is on top. Anyway. So, alright. Looking good, looking good. Again, we're going to smooth all this out in a bit. Because right now it looks kind of really obvious. This part over here, but we can smooth that out afterwards. All right, first I'm just going to do the... finish up this thing here. Hey, Jace here! Welcome to the stream! Okay. Oh, no. Just trying to get rid of that little piece there. But... hold on a second. That. Eh? Why'd that happen? How bizarre. Yeah, so I'll need to get rid of that little piece. How am I going to do that? Let's go. Well, it really should. I don't know why it's giving me so much trouble here. But let's just do it this way. Actually, let me try this guy. Wait a minute. I just made a cardinal sin. I gotta redo this, guys. And this is a side note. I can't believe I did that. I have not done that in a very long time. And I'm going to tell myself off here. Okay? Never, if you can, do your corrections in terms of any rubber stamping or healing directly on the layer. I can't believe I did that. Because then you cannot ever fix it, right? Don't edit the original. Thank you, Zen. Exactly, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a new layer and then edit on that layer. Just make sure that your rubber stamp or your healing brush says stuff like current and below or all layers, whichever one you want, okay? But I don't know, guys. I don't know what came over me, but so I'm just gonna redo that again real quick, and then I'll yell at myself later. All right. God, Julian, what's wrong with you? So I'm gonna go like that, clear that up a little bit, like that. Now you see this hard edge over here. I can fix that in a bit by then taking the stamp, the healing brush tool, and like smoothing that out. It's gonna. Well, sorry, I'm just doing it really quick to show you. I'm gonna do it properly afterwards. But it blends the cut there, right? So, but I'm not gonna do that yet. Blank face. Sorry, Merc. Damn. Okay, so that's that. Now let's take a look at this. So we're almost there. We're almost there. I gotta clean up this this kind of like black contouring over here, and then finish up. It's gotta fill in this area over here. So if I just go back to my layer over here, kind of fill that in. There you go. Right? All right, not bad. And now I'm going to do my blending over here. Look at that. It's pretty good. Is this still, what are we listening to now? Whoops. super hang on still. Still super hang on. All right, so now I'm gonna finish up cleaning this dark outline over here. Funny thing is, so I'm actually like cutting into the thing, but if you had to have a hard-ish edge, I have I'm going at 90% edge. It's like if you right-click the hardness, I'm at 85%. Then it actually looks pretty natural, as if it's the edge of something, because nothing's ever perfectly sharp, which is why you don't want to use 100%. But if you use like an 85%, you can actually go like that, and eventually it'll look right. Maybe we can also. This looks too round. It's not very natural. Super hang on. So how's all yours mornings? You can zoom in and go pixel by pixel for sure, but that would be intense. Now in the end, I'm gonna bring this layer back up because this layer is actually supposed to be above everything. Oh wait, hold on a second, I'm confused. So this is what we have so far. Now this has come back because I put this back on top of the whole bubble, which is very naughty, very naughty. So, but I'll still fix this. I'm on the wrong layer. Let's see if I do this. There we go. Okay. So this one I actually am gonna have to paint directly onto the thing to remove where was it? What was I trying to erase? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so this. There we go. I can just mask that out. I don't even have to do the, because I can just take it from my mask tool over here. I can just mask that out. Like that. Okay, perfect. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. It's always about trial and error, folks. Trial and error. There we go. Perfect. Boom! Might be easier to do the corner from the other side, overpaint the yellow and erase it back off. I don't know. I mean, I think at this point, and this looks pretty darn good. I'm, of course, always going to come back and perfect it later, but I don't want to go overboard right now. But I just want to get this a little bit harder. Let's see. Let me just see something. Nope, that doesn't look good. Forget it. Take it back. Take it back. I take it back, guys. What is this resolution? Is this still super hang on? I like whatever this is. To be fixed. To be fixed. Nom nom nom. I want penguin bars. Okay, but from far that looks pretty decent. We're gonna fix it up later, and I'll need to clear off all this stuff. Unfortunately, I can't see it right now because there's too much glare coming in from my window. So what I'm gonna do to help me see a little better, I'm just gonna add a curves layer, just so I can kind of see. But now I can actually see what I need to erase. There we go. Oh, and I'll need to do that one too. But I'm gonna go ahead and erase this stuff first. And I can do something like where I select... am I on the right tool here? What is this? Quick selection tool. There we go. Where I select that, I select the color that I want to keep, and then I invert it and work. But I'm just gonna go ahead and do it old school style. Do the old painteroo. Yeah, what is this? What are we listening to now? This is Forgotten Worlds. Yeah, Canada is cold, man. So I had my heater on all morning, specifically so that I can edit in the warmth. I've turned off my heater, so it's because it's pretty loud. But yeah, I had it on all morning. So after this, I'll get rid of the little thread. After we do this and we get rid of the one on the other side, or the other foot, we're going to start putting in the extra arms. I erased too much of that back. There we go. Which again, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to go about, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. That's the fun of this. We're going to learn together, guys. Exactamundo, Crosshair. Exacta-fraggin-mundo. See you later, background. In a while, background. So this episode marked the end of the first block of HP. We're already well into production of the second block. In fact, we have a photo shoot coming up real soon. I mean, we're really enjoying the making of these videos and these photos and all that, and this really is a passion project for us. So, but we also do want to make sure that we make it as entertaining and accessible as possible. So please don't hesitate to send us an email or to contact us on Twitter or Instagram or whatever privately. Just shoot us back any feedback that you have about the show. It's a very rare show in that we can tweak as we go. You know, it's not like LARPs. You can't tweak as you go. You tweak as you go, you're screwing yourself over, right? So please feel free to contact us with any kind of feedback on the show, on the stream, on anything. This is Phantasy Star 2 playing in the background. I'm very excited right now. Is that, yeah, so. We'll have to fix that later. All right, cool. Oh, look at his little toesies. All right, now we're going to get rid of that little extra piece on the side. Oh wait, is that because this is on top? Oh, whoops, I'm using the wrong tool. What's going on here? There we go. Creative pursuits bring happiness. They sure do. But like, also want to make sure that we're sharing that happiness with everyone, as many people as possible. But yeah, we're having a good time, and I have learned more. I've learned more from my photography on this project than I did in most of my university schooling. So I've made a lot of mistakes in the process of these videos. I never claim to be an expert. I'm okay. I'm pretty good at what I do, I think. But like always, room to learn, and that's what I want to keep doing, is keep learning. And so this is a good vehicle for that. I would like to see makeup. Tell Cathy. What do you mean by that? What would you like to see from the makeup? Like you'd like to see more of her applying the makeup onto the models? So again, now I just made another layer. I'm smoothing everything out, a little smooth action. All right, that's definitely something we can accommodate, is more makeup within the videos. No problem. Oh, yeah, I completely missed that crosshair, sorry. Live makeup. That would be definitely something to ask Cathy about, because that's asking her to add an additional stream. So that's something we'll need to check with her. Is this working? Nope, because it's on current layer. Current and below. Alright, we're getting to it, guys. We're almost there. So I will come back later and finish up touch-ups on that, but that looks pretty darn good, to be quite honest. If I may say so myself. Control S, always save. I haven't saved once yet. But there we go. I'm going to delete that curves layer. I'm done with you. That looks pretty good so far. Look at that guy. That man is dead inside. Just saw that the video is kind of half-calf. So doing similar stuff on the stream for her side would be a logical addition. Short, I'd like more stuff. True dat, true dat. Okay, there we go. Nice and hot. Look at that guy. So I probably will fix this. And actually, I'm gonna do that. I think it's just because it's too dark. So I might actually just rubber stamp a little bit of this guy. Let's see how that looks. Nope, no, of course not, because it's cross. You need the texture. But I'll brighten that with a curve later. And I think that should be good. All right, yo, let's add some fudging arms. Boom. Whoops. There we go. Okay. Okie dokie. So, I want to put this guy where they're supposed to be, on his knees. Okay, so I'm going to lower my opacity and get this guy lined up. Now, I wonder if I'll be using his forearms as well. We'll see. So, I want to get his knees lined up because I want his arms to be properly on his knees. So his knees are a bit more rotated. Like, Do 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 do. Like that. Right? Do 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 do. So unlike the other ones, usually where I mask out everything out, I'm gonna go ahead and mask his arms back in because I feel like that's gonna take less time. So I'm just gonna bring the whole arms in, and then we'll see where we're gonna cut them off. But I have a feeling we're gonna cut them off. On the whole, nothing really to improve on the large scale. It's nice. It's all a nice semi-casual look into the creative process. Of course, one can tweak small things like this forever. Yeah. Can I point out how awesome the stream is? Thanks, Johnny. Thanks, Johnny V. I feel like sometimes I run out of things. Like I'm so focused on doing something like super small or whatever that like I forget to to maybe explain what I'm doing or whatever. But I'm glad that people are enjoying this. I think I'm gonna start this under his arm. I think it'll be popping down like that. Wow, that actually like fits his knee almost. Actually, well, maybe I'll just remove. So I'm gonna make sure that I don't take the knee from the other photo. I'm gonna keep the knee from the original just in case there's any weird artifacts that I'm missing. Right, so now it's just his arm popping in, and you know what? Okay, so I'm gonna do his other arm, and then I'm gonna start. I wanna try messing with some blending options, which is gonna be how the layer interacts with the layer below it. So again, I'm just gonna bring everything in, and I'll get the knee back from this guy. Do, 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 do. A third arm on Shawn. There's 4 arms on Shawn. Look at that. Okay, now there's something I want to try. So if you guys have never played around with blending options, it's this layer over here. And a lot of times you don't really know what to expect. So you just click on a bunch of stuff and then it looks different. So I'm gonna cycle down. Can I do this or no? No, I actually have to select it. Yeah, obviously that doesn't work. Let's try these. Whoop, his arms are gone. Is that how long you've been gone for? Yeah, this looks cool. This looks cool. I really like this thing, the aura. So I'm gonna have to get rid of all of that. But you know what? I wonder if, let me try that again. What if I soften the mask so it looks more like a glow? I don't like the PP yellow over here, but I love that. Looks really cool. So I'm gonna get rid of the PP yellow in a second. There we go. All right, that's what I like. I like that. I actually want to keep the extra background around his hands. Like I want to keep that. I think that looks super dope. But I'm actually gonna go ahead and get rid of this PP yellow. But I could totally do a magic wand selection. I'm just gonna see if I can do this faster. this. So now any bleed over definitely looks bizarre. I feel like I should be keeping... You know what? I feel like I should be keeping my hardness down because I think it's kind of just adding this cool glow to things if there's a little bit of stuff all around them. Like, see, if I go like this and I kind of like let that bleed over, maybe that's a bit too much. Like, maybe that looks cool. We'll see what that looks like when I zoom out. Sometimes, you know, I think it looks a one way, and then when I zoom out, I'm like, nope, that looks terrible. So as I increase my brush size, I'm gonna increase my hardness because a larger brush spreads more anyway. So I don't wanna, like, a 0% has a lot more spread on a larger brush than on a small brush, right? What if I lower the opacity? Yes, sir! 50%. Ah! I increased my hardness. Oh, love it. That looks super cool. But I wish this was brighter. I like that better, not at 100%, but maybe at like 75%. So what I'm gonna do is, how am I gonna do this? I'm going to I'm gonna, hold on, lower everything. So I'm gonna brush a 75%. Is this right? Is this what I mean to be doing? Whoa! What have I done? Is that the opposite of what I wanted to do? What am I doing? I am bringing this to 25% and painting 25% across his arms like that. Yeah, and now I'm gonna paint another 25% over the insides. So now his arms should be at 50 and his fingers should be at 75. Boom! Look at that, that's pretty cool. Huh? So I'll come back to things like this, the glow, when I have the rest of the arms in, because that might change my opinion of that glow. So I'll wait till I have everything in and then I can start making decisions on that kind of thing. But I think that looks pretty fudging dope. What's this? Chelnov. I don't know this game. It's the coolest. I wish I had like giveaways and stuff. That'd be cool. Maybe one day we should do giveaways of the prints. Alright. Gives him the multi-arm look. But instead of the actual arm, that's it. That's what I didn't like. I think it looks weird to just have him have like a bunch of arms. If we're not treating it like... Yeah. I prefer the spiritual approach, personally. Okay, now I gotta figure out his shoulders. Now, am I gonna bring Oh god. Am I connecting it from the shoulders, or am I gonna have it come out of his arms? Alright, let's see. So I'm doing the same thing as before. I'm going to completely block out everything. What's going on? Why is my opacity at 10? I'm at 100! I'm at 100, I swear! Okay, so I'm going to erase everything, and then I'm going to bring back in his arms, wherever I put them. Oh yeah, I wanted to do it with a hardness of 0. To get that glow going on. Get a bit of glow. Oh, that's the edge of the frame, so I gotta cancel that out a bit. Right now, my hardness is at 100%. God damn it, guys, come on! Leave me and my hardness out of this. So this arm is going to be harder to blend in. Right? Let's get that glow going on. How are we going to do this? Where are we going to put his arms? You know what? I might actually need to spread his arms. I might need to cut one arm and put it farther. So let me, for now, just erase this. And this is going to be coming from where? Leave me my harness out of this. Oh god. What has the stream turned into? What if I turn it a bit? What if I turn them... It comes out like that. So what if I take this part? Can I just do that? I forget. Can I just rotate that? Whoops! I gotta choose that. There we go. Can I just rotate? Oh, and his mask doesn't come with it? That's weird. You feel actual shoulder joints. Yeah, but I could always. So yeah, I could have it just like this, maybe. Like that. All right, let's just try that. Let's try that. But I think I will need to move this guy back a bit. Whatever. Okay, we'll do this one, and then we'll see what we do with this one. Hey, Fruity! What's crackin'? Hold down the stream, an hour to go. Oh my god, time flew this time. Time is flying this time. Alright, cool. I did, Fruity. In fact, there's we have the whole behind the scenes of this shot and a lot of the other Overwatch shots that we've been taking, all available on the Beanduck YouTube channel. And if actually someone should check out the other Zenyatta shot that we took, if someone can post a link to that one, that'd be super dope. I just don't want the arm to be interacting with. Nope, not that command. Yeah, I wanted to I just don't want it to... Like, I think it should be coming like that. I think that's what it needs to be doing. Yeah, that's what I... You know, I'm going to do the mask later. Thanks, Ben. Ben the Canadian, everyone. Woo! Okay, yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take these arms are giving me trouble, man. I'll fix the mask in a bit, but I think if it comes out like that, I think that's gonna be best. Let's see what that looks like. In fact, before I do that, just to be safe, safety first, everyone. Duplicate the layer, just to be safe. That way I can always come back to it. Alright? Alright. Alright, rotate. I'm gonna have it coming out of his elbow like that. Too much. You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come back to that one in a bit. I'm going to do this one first. And then we'll come back and find a nice middle ground. Because what I want to do for this one, I think, I was looking at it, I want to just have his hands coming in front of his head just like they are now. But I think that's going to look pretty dope with the way that we did the whole combining thing there. The layer interactions, whatever you call it. Alright. I can also just paint it black. There we go. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. So I want to get this, and I'm going to have to go through and really clean up a bit because... There we go. Okay. So that means now I don't want any of this coming in here. Alright, so I'm going to have to really clear that out. Make sure that I don't get any of it overlapping his body. That, again, will come through and soften it up in a second. But that's essentially, I think, where I want it. Let's see. Let's lower the opacity to 50%. Let's position this bad boy. Okay, now we're ignoring the moving head. I kind of just want to put it, I don't know if I want it in front of his eyes like that. Or above. I don't know, what do you guys think? Above? I think it's weird if it's blocking his eyes, so I think I want to put it maybe like there. Let's see what that looks like, folks. Do I have enough arm? Yeah, I do. Yeah, so I'm not going to block his eyes. Agreed. Meeting adjourned. Get rid of that edge. Very nice. All right, and now yeah. So I gotta get rid of this here. So right now I am removing, because right now if you look right over here, as I remove. See, I've got a piece of his head in that I don't want. Right? That's appearing to the brain. So I'm removing that using my mask. Alright. Put this back in, and then... Whoa, it's going into his necklace. That might be a bit weird. We might have to fix that. I don't know if that's going to look cool or terrible, but let's see. So again, I'm going to add a bit of that glow to it. I think I kind of like that. It's... that it's kind of got that cut, that glowy cut from his body. that little slit over there. Boom. Because we had that down here too, right? Let's see, how we doing? I'm just gonna turn it on and off, see if there's any pieces. I mean, obviously there's that piece at the top that I'm gonna get to. All right. So I'm gonna put it back onto, I think I had done hard light. Yeah. I think I put it to 50 and then I did something different for his arms. So I'll do that in a second. Was that what I did? Hard light? Yeah. Cool. But we see it through this. We'll see what it looks like. We'll see what it looks like when I lower the opacity, and if we are losing too much of his forehead markings, then we'll for sure ease it up a bit. Ease it up a bit. Alright, get rid of that's a little much. Bring some of it back, but more centered around. Oh, a bit more than that. There we go. Ça c'est dope. Alright. And then what I did was I put this to 25%. I just realized something I might have messed up. Maybe not. Whoa. Alright, here we go. So I'm gonna do... You know what, I'm just gonna do it, like that. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Hey, Nohejan! Here we go. Now that we've done that, this will be easier to position. See? Whoops. Yeah, I kind of don't want to rotate it now because that like fits perfectly as is. Like that. This arm, I'll need to separate them a bit, but I really like where this arm is going. So let's see. Boom. All right. That looks pretty good. And then this one, this is dope. I really like this shot. This one I'm actually going to reposition because it's not coming out as far as the other one. So I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna select it, so you can do this within a layer. Now I've duplicated this layer just in case I don't want to, if I want to undo what I'm doing right now. But you can select it. If you hold Control, then you can cut and move. Whoops, I'm moving the wrong part. But whoops. There we go. I'm gonna select it and I can cut and move it. And that means I'm gonna have to put the mask layer back on. But what are you gonna do? But what are you gonna do? Can I not link this, or can I not make these two connected? Like, why is it, why doesn't it move with it? Whatever. I don't have time to figure this garbage out. Alright, guys, I don't have time for this nonsense. So I'm actually gonna remove this for now. Just so I see. Nope, that didn't help at all. I need it back in there. If you cut the arms in 2 different layers, you should be able to move the whole... Cut the arms in 2 different layers? What do you mean by if you cut it in 2 different layers? Because it's in the same layer. So... Whatever, doesn't matter. I can just remask it. Let me get this to about there. Although his arm's down here, so I think this one needs to be rotated to match that one. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I could definitely do that, actually. I could definitely do that. If I had done that at the beginning, that would have been a much better... I didn't know I was going to be doing this, but yeah, I definitely should have done that. It's too late, though. It's too late now. It's weird, because his bicep meets it like that, but then... But then his hand doesn't come out as far. Let's try that. There we go. Boo, 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 boo. We're all good, folks. We're all good. There we go. I know that his armpit is where his elbow is. I know, but I'm trying to get his hands out as far as possible, otherwise they're not going to come to the circle. I don't think anyone's going to be analyzing the position of his armpits next to his arms. I think we should be fine. If it looks weird in the end, of course, I will go back and fix that, but I think we should be able to get away with it. I can also just cut it off at his bicep like that if I want. Do 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 do. Find it in ruins. Oh, that's so sad. Hard light. 50%. There you go, man. That looks pretty dope. Huh? Yeah. There we go. That looks pretty good. It is a little further out. That is true. That is true. So let me see if I... What if I just kind of go like that? No, I don't like that as much. I'm super happy with this. I'm totally happy with this. Although I might actually turn these up. Let me see if these are at 75%. It's tough because it's too much, but... There we go. Yeah, no, I'm fine with 50%. Alright! Hey, that looks pretty fudging cool, guys. That looks pretty fudging cool. Alright, let me think. Is there anything else? So, now that we have that effect on, I don't think it's hiding his dots much at all. I think that actually highlights it a little bit. It looks pretty cool. And in terms of the positioning of his where his arms are, like, I am not, like, I wish that, the only thing I really wish is that his arm came out further over here, because yes, his shoulder's over here and it should be up there, while over here his shoulder is like that, but it's not that his torso isn't centered, it's that this knee comes out farther than this one. So unless I rotated his knee to help fix it up, right, there's centered and then looking centered, and if I try to move him over any more, then it's going to look really lopsided because of the way his knees are positioned. That's just the way it happened. I might with that. Hey, cheeks! Hey, guys, welcome to the stream. Liz bursts in with a cup of coffee. So I'm going to put all the arms, I'm going to put all these extra pieces into a folder. I'm going to call them appendages. Nope, I'm not going to call it that. I'm going to call it arms and cloth. There we go. All right, and that's with the circle in there. That looks really cool. So at this point now, I still want to fix that up a little bit because it does look a little harsh on that side. But everything else, I'm actually quite happy with his arms. His left side is a bit more closed, so the hand isn't as far out. That's actually also very true. Yep, good point. This one's more curled in. This one's more flattened. But I mean, we get the point across, right? I'm also quite happy with his arms. But yeah, you're absolutely right. His and then over here, his fingers are closed, more closed than this one. In fact, I could probably cut that one and move it out a little bit too. Let me just see real quick if no, never mind. I'm good like that. But yes, in retrospect, I should have treated. Mentions right. I should have treated every arm as its own layer. It probably would have made things a lot easier in positioning everything. I'm not gonna redo that. Who are we kidding? But now I can, if I want to reposition him within the circle, I just select everything except for the circle, and just kind of like, now it doesn't go all the way out like that, but you know, I could move him over a bit if I wanted to try centering him a bit more. You know, like, whatever. What did I do? Did I mess something up? I for sure messed something up. Oh well. There we go. Just wondering about the head transplant. Transparent head. What do you mean by transparent head? I'm gonna fix this up a little bit over here. Whoops. Whoops. Yeah, do we like that better with the shoulder like that, or? Maybe if I just go ahead and, whoops, and remove this part here, like that. That looks better, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. There we go. Boom! Very good. Although now we don't have... Boo, 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 boo. Oh, wait a minute. Let's just see, how much is that? I think if I rotate this a bit, it's gonna help. That's gonna help. We're getting really nitpicky, guys, which I'm totally fine with. So first thing I'm doing is I'm gonna rotate this because I want his bicep to match up a little bit more with the other one. So I rotated it -476, which means that I can rotate the mask also 476, and that should match up. Let's see what happens, guys. Did that work? I think it was -476, wasn't it? There we go. And now, like that. And then I'll just move that as well. Boom. I'm going to make the hands more clearly in front of the head. I personally, if I may be so bold as to say, I am okay with the look in front of the forehead. I am not necessarily against that. Except now I've messed up my mask over here, so I gotta fix that. But let me take a look at that in a second. Just fixing something up over here. Where's that piece that's hiding from me? Oh, that's good. There you go. There, that looks better, I think. Let's see. What was it before? No, I liked it better before. Screw it. Never mind. Never mind. Keeping it the way it is. Alright. Now, as for this, let's see. What if I, let me just see where, let's just see what I'm doing here, okay? At that point, it's really a matter of, do we want to just increase the opacity of it like that? Which we could totally do. If I just raise the opacity of all these things to 75%. Maybe that will be It has to be a happy medium. I don't like that. There, that I'm okay with. But anything more than that I think is too much. Alright. How much time do I have? I have half an hour left. Oh boy. Alright, I'm going, guys, I'm going. Is this one? Just fixing up a bit of the glow. It's a little... much, but not enough here. Like that. Come over here. That one, that looks fine. That looks fine. I might go through and like start cleaning up a little bit, like these little specks and stuff, but it's not really that big of a deal. He looks hot as always. Okie dokes. What I'm gonna do now is let me see what this looks like with a little bit of curve adjustment. I'm pretty happy with the way the brightness that we got it to, but let's see. Again, this is tough because it looks different on everyone's screen, right? But let's see what this looks like if I have that. Now, again, with the mixing layers, you can adjust, you can make your curves layer adjust separately as well. So if I wanted to just affect the brightness but not the saturation. So if you see, if I pull up a curves layer and I darken it, it looks super saturated, right? But you can make it affect only the brightness and not any of the saturation by just switching it to luminosity. And now it's actually, it strangely enough desaturates it when I raise it, which is kind of bizarre. But there we go. So we have that. I think I like that a little bit brighter like that. And I'm cool with like the color palette of the whole thing. I think it's like pretty good. What was that? Yeah, hey, look at that. That's pretty dope. If anything, I might even rotate his hands a bit, because right now they don't actually look like they're going straight up. But, can I, if I rotate, where is it? It's this one. Nope, that's not gonna look good, forget it. But I am gonna shift it over a bit. There we go. Ta-da! Match flat. Now this I just want to fix up a little bit. So it's this here that's weird. See, do I want to make it like that, or do I want? No, I like it better the other way. So I'm going to reduce my flow a little bit. I know it seems hard because my flow is just so fresh and clean, and just I've got the wrong thing on. There we go. So I'm just gonna do that up here. Bring that back. Why? Why not? What's going on, buddy? There. That did not help at all. Get your act together, Julian. Come on! I just want that. I just want that part to just fit a bit better. Yeah. There we go. That's all. It's just this bump that's a little... There you go. And then maybe I'll even add a curves layer specifically for that section and just brighten it a bit. This might not work at all, so I'm just going to try this out real quick. There we go. That looks better. Much better, much better. Alright, let's see. One idea I had would be to grab the yellow background ball, make a pocket, extend it outward, and throw a large opacity to it. What do you mean by a large opacity? And what the difficult thing about grabbing just the ball is that the ball doesn't exist without him, right? Like it is very much, he's not separate from the background, he is part of the background. So I can't actually just grab the ball because it's not a clean shot of the background, it's him sitting in front of it. That's just me being difficult during the shoot and being adamant of trying to get as much. I don't actually usually do this kind of stuff very often where I mix things, just because I try to get as much as I can done within the actual shot. But in the end, in editing, that does lock you into a few things. But I'm fine with that. To be frank, that just fits my style of photo editing a little bit better. But yes, in the end, it does end up biting me in the butt sometimes. So. Oh yeah, it's because I had painted this a different opacity from everything else. I don't like that I did that in the end. So I'm just going to do this. You know, I'm getting into a whole can of worms. Just want to bring back a bit of his arm. There we go. Could a Gaussian blur be added to the circle if you wanted the edge to be softer? In fact, it was already done. So originally, it has been blurred, as you can see, by 10 pixels. But yes, that's actually exactly what we did. We clicked the mask and filtered a Gaussian blur into that. And so, but it can be made softer if I wanted something softer, but I didn't want to go too soft. I kind of like that it's just an unclear edge as opposed to a gradual thing. Because without the little bit of blur, it just looked like a very sharp circle. This, I feel, kind of looks more like when you're looking up at the moon, you know? But there we go, guys. I mean, that looks pretty dope. I don't know about you guys. This looks pretty good. Boom. Alright. So, there we go. I know that, like, I know a lot of people, like, it's natural for people to have a lot more suggestions for this one, because we're working from scratch, basically, with this one. So, and also because I'm not as, like, oh yeah, you just do this and do that and do that, you know, like on this kind of editing, because I don't usually do this kind of editing. And this won't be very regular in terms of my editing. It's usually going to be a lot more like what we did with Widowmaker and Lúcio, where we're enhancing something that already exists there, maybe removing distractions, messing with skin, messing with that kind of stuff with color palette, not so much assembling an image. But I am quite happy with this. I mean, I think I'm practically finished, except for maybe I just want to finish up down here a little bit. I still find that to be a little bit of a harsh, dark edge. But other than that, I mean, guys, come on. Come on! I'll use this guy. Come on. There we go. keep forgetting that the number 10 and the number 100 are not the same number. And boom. See you later, Edge. No one wants you. No one wants you, Edge. I'm just gonna edge you out from the conversation. There you go. That looks a lot better. The hands, though. What do you mean by the hands, though? I wish Bob Ross had lived in the Photoshop era. Gonna just throw a mess. What do you mean by the hands, Merc? I'm just gonna clean up the background a little bit. I see some spots and stuff on it, so I'm just gonna smooth that out a bit. Yep, oh, yep. How did that get there? Was that always there? Did I miss that this entire time? The red on the bottoms look best. Best, worst, it's a matter of taste, I think. Do 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 do. Guys, I don't know if you know or not, I wrote this song. I call this one A Minute to Justice. There we go. So again, I'm just using my rubber stamp tool at a lower opacity to kind of mix some of the spots, kind of blend them a little bit. There we go. This song is terrible. Alright. Clean up his... Clean this up a little bit. Now I am also, let's be real here. To edit a composite in 2 hours, any composite Photoshop editor would be like, you're effing nuts. But the fact that we just kind of sped through this, like, yes, I would usually take a lot more care in certain aspects of things, but we really just did an entire composite in 2 hours. I mean, not that that's justifying anything, because I think the photo looks pretty good. But there are definitely a lot more steps I would have taken if I was editing off stream. A lot more things I would have tried rather than just jumping straight into this and doing what we did. But I think that looks pretty fudging dope. Usually the last step I do is sharpening, so let's see what that looks like if I sharpen this. So I'm going to do my duplicate layer. And let me just see if there's anything on his body that I should have cleaned up. I mean, he looks pretty good to me. Looks pretty good to me. Alright, so now we have that. And we're going to do filter, high pass, pretty perfect. He sure is, that handsome devil. Oh, some reason my phone thought I was talking to it. I am not. Like that. Then I'm going to overlay it. And that's going to just make certain things of him pop a little bit more. Right, so there we go. Zoom in. So I just want to see what this has done. So it's definitely sharpened him. It's not too much because the shot wasn't super tight to begin with. So it's not like it's picking up certain, like in hyper sharpening. But I usually do always lower this just a little bit just in case. Here we go, guys. That looks pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. Funny thing is, from a distance, the loincloth looks perfectly fine. When I get in close, you can see where I mixed it because this was a bit more blurred than this was. I wonder if I can fix that a little bit. Let me just see. See, like, as I... what am I doing here? Oops, my close it. The original shot was more blurred than when I took that wide shot of his, the full shot of his loincloth. So let me see. Can I just do this? And cut it off at the belt like that. I can't do it on that side because it doesn't exist underneath it. Yeah, so I can only do that side. I mean, that already looks better. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Ah, damn it. Oh, yes, thank you. Thanks, Kate. Yeah, I realized that. I was like, ooh. But, oh, that's so frustrating. So can I get away with doing this? Can I get away with it? Not really, eh? Hey, Aragwin! Thanks for the subscription! Welcome to the HP stream. I'm your host, Julian. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Sorry, guys. I'm turning this back. I don't have to find a good spot to cut it. This is a decent-ish spot. But if anything, I just gotta make the transition smoother. Oops, I'm doing it wrong way. Doo-doo-doo. Whatever. We're good. We good. We good. There you have it, folks. There you fudgin' have it. Shot 2 of Zenyatta done! Oh god! Oh my god! In an hour and 45 minutes. Ugh. Jeez Louise. Thanks, Aragwin! Come in and throw some. That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. To remind you guys what this looks like before. Alright. Well, I've saved this now, so we'll see it in Photoshop, in Lightroom here. So that's the image. This is what it originally looked like. This is the original photo. And then the end. That is a pretty big jump. Huh? 1, 2. I'm happy. The only additional thing maybe I would do is like do some dodging and burning on like his arms or whatever and accentuate that stuff, but I think it's unnecessary at this point. No one's going to be looking at the dodging and burning of his arms. I think this is pretty good. I love the way this kind of hangs off the edge of the circle. Stamboulieh! Thanks, guys. I'm glad you like it. I like the glow around the body that kind of cuts all of this. I think I'm going to keep that. And yeah, this looks pretty good. This yellow looks different from this yellow, so I might fix that, but I'm going to do that off stream at this point. There's no point to keep going with that, because that's going to be boring, nitpicky stuff. But yeah. Thanks, Cheeks! Liz, what is that? Cool, guys. I'm glad you like it. So I'm going to go back to full screen. Here we go. Very good. So, hey, thanks so much to all the new people that joined today, all the regulars that joined today. We're having a lot of fun with this show. We've just finished block 1, or what we're calling set 1 of the Heroic Portrait episodes. So what's happening now is that we are going to be going on break. And by break, I don't mean we're not working. In fact, we're getting ready to shoot, to do some of the photo shoots for the next 3 episodes. So those are already planned, the models are chosen, the photo shoots are dated, and we're going to be getting going on that. And so for now, there will be a 3 to 4 week break of the streams, the Heroic Portrait streams, and the Heroic Portrait YouTube episodes while we produce more content. But we are going to try and have some extras and stuff like that going to be posted. We do have a 3rd photo for each character that will be coming out probably next week to complete the set. And then, yeah, I don't know. We're going to try and have some other cool stuff coming up. Stay tuned. We do have some announcements also just for how we're going to be moving on into 2018. 2017 has been a very exhausting year, I'm not going to lie, but in a really, really good way, because it means that we've had the ability to create more content for you guys, and that's always just what we want to do. But we are figuring out how we're going to continue moving forward to best accomplish our dreams and keep you all entertained. So stay tuned for some announcements. And yeah, and we're going to be having Elizabeth Neal streaming at 3 p.m. So you guys get an hour break. I'm probably going to head down to a cafe, eat some lunch, and watch Liz's stream if the internet is fast enough. So yeah, if you guys do want to support Heroic Portrait, also just remember to share. Just share this content. We know that we have some really, really fun stuff here. We know we're having a lot of fun. We know a lot of people can get a lot out of this and would really enjoy it. So share it. Help spread the word. And hopefully Block 2 will be even bigger than Block 1. And we can keep moving forward with it. So that's it. That's all I got for you. That's all I got for you, folks. So thanks again for joining. Thank you to everyone who's joining in the chat. And if you weren't joining in the chat, super cool too. If you're just lurking in the back, appreciate your attention. And that's all I got. That's all I got for you. So on this really, really dramatic ending of, what is this? Oh my god. Oh, I see what's coming up later. We've got like an hour and 10 minutes left on this Sega music compilation. Whoops, why did I pause it? We got some good games coming up. All right, guys, thanks for joining. Tune in to Liz at 3, and I don't know what she's playing. Some story farming. I don't know what that is. But yeah, thanks. Hope you all learned something today, because I learned stuff today. Stardew. There you go. Stardew. Back to Stardew Valley. All right, guys. Have a great rest of day, and see you at Liz's stream. Whoa! AFK. AFK.